Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. That comes from Matthew 5:6. Basically, it's saying, if you are forgiving of others and willing to give them a second chance to redeem themselves, the same thing will be given to you. Next scripture is, blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. God's pure in heart. He doesn't have evil intentions against people. He doesn't try to do people wrong or evil or himself. And if you're of the same mind, then you can see how God is. If you guys want to know more about God and Jesus, just ask him. If you want Jesus or God to be a part of your life, just ask him. It's that simple. Let's get into, ladies and gentlemen, the Justice League. I'm looking at Mera particularly. Here's some concept art of Mera. I zoomed in to show you her hands, and you can see her hands are lit up, and it looks, like something like light. Something's going on here, right? Now, I'm going to Amber Heard's Instagram, and there is Mera. They manipulated the photo to show Mera doing the very same thing you see in the concept art. What is this? To do that, I want to give a little background on Mera. So if you've gone into Aquaman, if you've ever seen Aquaman, any Aquaman comics, most of you are not familiar with the Aquaman comics. Mera is able to manipulate water. Okay, Mera is a group of outcast Atlanteans. That's where she came from. Outcast Atlanteans who are able to manipulate water. And in this particular issue of Aquaman, which is, I think, issue number 6, we're looking at the new 52 Aquaman. Mera is an assassin sent to actually kill Aquaman. And it says it right in this issue. You can see her manipulating the water around her here, taking out people on land. She's also able to manipulate the water in water. Okay, she can make water into ice. She can manipulate water in anything, whether it's in a person, in the sea, it doesn't matter. She can even bring forth water from out of nowhere. She can summon water. Okay, and she was close to Aquaman. She was studying his every weakness so she could assassinate him. You can see her saying, "I will not fail you, father. Aquaman will die." Her father was the king of the outcast Atlanteans. And in an earlier issue, Mera actually inherited it, and she was the queen. But in this particular issue of Aquaman, this iteration, she actually was the daughter of the king of the outcast of Atlantis. Okay. So in this issue, she is an assassin sent to kill Aquaman. She gets close to him, she learns about him, and then she's going to try and take him out. She wasn't married to Aquaman. So a lot of people think that the Mera that we see in the Justice League, she's Aquaman's wife. That's not necessarily the case, and from what I've heard from the director of Aquaman, Mera and Aquaman, at least in that particular issue, they're not going to be married. Okay, so I don't know if Justice League comes before or after that, but if it does come before, Mera is not going to be married to Aquaman, and she might be actually his foe. She may be actually his enemy. Okay, now I say all of this to get back to the fact that Mera in this concept art is manipulating water here, and the water here is like ice. You can see the water coming off the sides here, and that's exactly what Mera is doing here. That's what Amber Heard wants you to know. Mera is actually manipulating all this water from the sea here, and she's manipulating everything. Aquaman's in the background. Here is a depiction of Aquaman like that Aquaman, except he has blonde hair. See, there is a depiction of Aquaman. You can go ahead and look at the Aquaman issues in DC Comics from 1994 to 1998, and I can guarantee you that Aquaman is the Aquaman that is somewhat similar to Jason Momoa's Aquaman. There's also an Aquaman in the issues 2003 and onwards, which also has this sort of look. And Jason Momoa's Aquaman also has the gold armor on his torso and the green armor down below. It's just darker, okay? But you can see it's gold and green. And basically Aquaman and Mera wear armor-plated suits when they have to deal with creatures of the sea that would chop them in half had they not had armor-plated clothing. Yes, they're very strong and so on, and their skin is even tough, but there are creatures of the sea that are tougher. Okay, let's put it that way. And the armor-plated suits that they wear on are bulletproof. You know, they can withstand explosions, etc. Okay. Now let's move back to Mera that you see here, Amber Heard's page, because Amber Heard gives us hints, a little bit more hints about Mera and what she's doing, and I just fanboyed out of that stuff. I was really fanboying all that she had here. Here's Mera with her head costume design. This is the concept art for that. But here is Amber Heard showing what Mera can do, and there you see Amber Heard doing some weapons training here. It's just so out of this place, man. Look at that. Look at that. So you know Mera's going to be badass, okay? You know that, okay? And Mera is a trained assassin. She's trained in all kinds of weapons. Amber Heard hinting that Mera will show up in the Justice League. Right here. See, she's actually saying unite the League. So that tells you what you need to know if you're following Amber Heard. But the part that really interested me and really got me excited was this part here. Check this out. That's just so badass. And then you see Amber Heard just most recently, this is her most recent one, about 15 hours ago. She's got this picture with herself and Jason Momoa. Okay? Picture Mera and Aquaman together. You know, so it's kind of telling you some stuff, you know. Now people think that Amber Heard is going to be Jason Momoa's wife in Justice League. I doubt that highly. I just don't see it. Maybe not. I don't know. But I know for the Aquaman movie, Juan was saying that they probably are not going to be a couple in that movie. Okay, so if they're not a couple, then it means, you know, Mera's going to be going at Aquaman. It's going to be bad. You know what I'm saying? And I think they'll follow the storyline of Aquaman from the comics, where Mera is sent in actually to assassinate him, to actually destroy him. And again, Aquaman wasn't necessarily the king of Atlantis at that time either. So you can go ahead and read the comics. For those of you who can get your hands on some comics, go ahead and check it out, man. Because it's going to be good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to share that stuff with you guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Share, like, subscribe, leave some comments. And of course, most importantly, donate to this channel.